Hey-ho, the Incredible Werekitty here, and I am back with another video. This time I am working for The Script, and I'm here to talk about the retail experience. Mainly, my experience with retail, both working and shopping. It has been my experience from both the working and the shopping side of retail, at least in the big retail businesses, that customer service is pretty much dead. This is from my own personal observations, but this seems to be the case more and more. While on the working side, I have personally experienced customers that could make me so mad that I could spit. From the shopping side, there seems to be an increasing disregard for the customer. They are a necessary evil that brings in money and buys the stuff that the store stocks, but they pretty much don't have a say in the quality of service they get or the stuff the store has on its shelves. Sure, the business will pay lip service to the idea of pleasing the customer, but in general, the motto seems to be the customer is always screwed. I think that a lot of this has come about due to the increasing greed from the people at the top of the business ladder. They want to squeeze the most profit out of the store as possible by cutting corners, cutting hours, cutting pay, and cutting training. I think this increasing disregard for the customer's needs came into sharp relief when the whole outsourcing thing came to light. American companies would outsource their customer service call centers to India, where the people there would be trained to deceive their American callers with Anglo-sounding names and make an attempt to train away the accent. But a lot of them simply didn't bother with the latter part. A real kicker, though, was that though they could pay less than they would have had to in America, they ended up paying more than the common pay for doctors, nurses, and teachers, and similar professionals. That ended up making those jobs less desirable due to the low pay. Needless to say, customers complained, but only a few companies brought their customer service departments back. Those that have used that as an advertising tool naturally. Even so, there are still a lot of problems. The cutting of training in the stores themselves have made the customer's experience less than pleasant. There are cashiers who barely know how to work the register that have been, in essence, thrown to the wolves. I should know, I've both seen this and experienced it. And let me tell you, it is extremely frustrating from both ends. From the cashier's end, here you are, annoyed people, glaring at you, because you obviously don't know what you're doing, and are having to take the time to figure things out, never mind the other associates in the store are not helping one bit. And from the customer's end, there you are, having to wait on somebody who's either incompetent or inexperienced. Either way, they're taking up your precious time fiddle-farting around with the cash register, ringing things up wrong, and not getting any cooperation from the rest of the store, and generally making your lives miserable. The other problems include running out of commonly bought items or simply not stocking them in the first place, carts being all over the parking lot and not being gathered up in a prompt manner, and lastly, the continual disregard for the disabled and elderly customers by not providing things like electric carts and benches, not having enough associates to help with things on high shelves and heavy items, and a myriad of other inconveniences. One almost gets the feeling that the disabled and senior citizens are not exactly welcome in many places of business because of these inconveniences. Do people honestly think that it would be better if they simply stayed at home out of sight and therefore out of mind? I honestly don't know, but it's the feeling I get. And I get it often because I am disabled myself, and my disability makes it hard for me to use many places of business. It seems to me it's the smaller businesses that remember their customers. While they may not have as much money and as much recognition as the larger shops, people prefer them because of the friendlier service, and they respond in kind. It is because these small shops remember that their customers are not a necessary evil, but something vital. They go out of their way to establish relationships and get people to like their businesses, because word of mouth works far better than advertising. Being polite to other people is an example of the time-honored golden rule, i.e., treat people how you would prefer to be treated. Being raised in the South, I was taught that being polite was a simple common courtesy, and something that should be done. However, nowadays, common courtesy has obviously gone the way of common sense, and that is a sad state of affairs indeed. Now, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good day.